I want to be the first in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to ask for an immediate investigation on the fabulous five Bahamians that has been mentioned over 1,300 times in the Epstein files. On top of that list, the one that should have been resigned already, Philip Brave Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, is mentioned in the Epstein files. Then we have the man that knows about corruption so much that his monies cannot get into our banks in this country, Island Luck, Sabas Bastian. Where is Sabas trying to go? Is he trying to be prime minister? After knowing that his name is mentioned, I don't care what kind of excuse he has, he ought not be a ratified candidate after the news is broke that Sebastian is one of those that has been mentioned 1,300 times in the Epstein files. Then you get his co-conspirator, Adrian Fox, that's all over Nassau, spreading that corrupt money like cornflakes. Every time you see him in the pocket, there's so much corrupt money that the American government caught him for human smuggling. I wonder if those little children were the people that he was smuggling. Arms smuggling. And the Prime Minister should have resigned after this came to light, that the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas penned a letter while he was Prime Minister to ask the Americans for leniency after they find Adrian Fox guilty of crime against humans, that some of them died in a smuggling operation. Is he funding the PLP campaign today? Is Adrian Fox the money man behind the machinery to re-elect the PLP? Marvin Dame, his name has already been dirty since the $17 million can be accounted for after Hurricane Dorian. They gave him $17 million for drones. I ain't see one drone fly over yet. Yet the ex-man in charge of crime in the country is mentioned in the 1,300 times of Bahamians in the Epstein file. Marvin Dames need to step down as a candidate for the FNM. I told you they're the same. You see the same name? You see Sebastian? You see Marvin Dames? One FNM, one PLP. They're all in the Epstein files. Then you got Craig Flowers. He was doing stuff from Africa. But I can leave him alone right now because he ain't no politician. But I am asking on behalf of all decent human beings all over the world, that asking for anybody that's involved directly or indirectly on the molestation of little boys and little girls, that they were treating them like doll babies. They don't need to be in public life. They need to be prosecuted. But these five, Brave Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Sebastian, ratified candidate for the PLP, Adrian Fox, the money man, the machinery behind the money, the corrupt money to engage the PLP to be re-elected again, Adrian Fox, Marvin Dames, ex-cop, ex-minister, ratified candidate for the FNM. He needs to step down. If they had a leader, he would not have been ratified at all. And Craig Flowers, these five Bahamians, the Fabulous Five, has been mentioned over 1,300 times in the Espion files. That is why the coalition stands for the freedom. We ought to know in detail what these five Bahamians has been mentioned by and to and from the Espion files 1,300 times. That is where the importance of the freedom of information. The FNM wouldn't give it to you. The PLP wouldn't give it to you. If Kai Mills is there, I would make sure that you know exactly what the Americans know, because we ought to know. The Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is head of the list of the Espion files, and he's out campaigning as if nothing has happened. The world is being shaken like an earthquake because of the corruption of people that dealt with Espion. And our Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis, is on top of the list and is being mentioned 1,300 times, and he's out there campaigning to be the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Where is the honor in re-electing Brave Davis as Prime Minister? Where is the honor? There's only corruption. Brave guts to go. World Coalition of Independence, because Brave guts to go, and he must resign immediately. Kai said so.